Hey everyone, what is happening? Well, the other day we talked about polynomials, all right? We talked about algebra tiles, and what we had was we had algebra tiles that look like this, and we had this colored in. Let's say that blue is positive today, and we had something like this. We had an x and an x, and when we take the surface area of this, we get x squared. That was our first polynomial, all right? And then we had one that was kind of skinny, and one side was 1 and this side was x because it's the same length as our other one, and this is just x. And depending on how many of those, we would just add them all up and we'd get multiple x's, right? And we'd color that in so it's positive. And we also have a little one, which is 1 by 1, and we just have 1, which is, these are just a number. So this one is squared, this is a single variable, and this is just a number. All right, well, we also put polynomials in number form. All right, we talked about this yesterday, and we have -4n plus 5. Well, if we draw this, we're going to use another color for negative. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So red is our negative today, and we have 4n. And it doesn't matter what variable you use. You could use x, s, n, t, anything like that. And we have plus 5, so we got to change our color. We've got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, that's what we would get if we drew this in algebra tiles. Let's try one more. 2x squared plus 7x minus 3. All right, so we've got 2x squared, so that's 1, 2, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and over here we got to do it as negative, and we get 1, 2, 3, and you can see that that represents our polynomial. Now what we're going to do is the main focus of today is we're going to be simplifying polynomials. We need to look for like terms, so these are terms that have the same variable with the same degree. Now degree is the exponent. All right. So let's check something out here. Let's draw a whole bunch of algebra tiles, and we're going to cancel them. We're going to simplify it. So what do we have here? We've got an x squared there. We've got an x and an x, an x and an x, and we have 4 right here, just a number. And we also have a negative x squared, negative x squared, and negative x squared. We also have an x, and we have 3 right here. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to simplify this polynomial by combining like terms, and this is really important for going back to integers in our first unit. So we have a negative x squared and a positive x squared. Well, we can cancel those out, and now we've got our negative x squared and negative x squared, so we're going to be left with negative 2x squared. And then we're going to go over to our x's, and we've got a negative x here and a positive x, so those can cancel out. And we're just left with 3x's plus 3x. And then we go over here and we do our 1s, so we've got negative 3, and we've got positive 4, so we're going to end up with 1 as a regular number. Let's go down, let's try a little bit new. So we've got one more example here. And we're going to go in number form here. So we've got 7x squared plus 3 minus 6x plus 5x minus 6x squared plus 2 minus x. Now we can only put things together with the same terms. And I have a little trick here. I circle the like terms. And I always circle the symbol or the operation with it. So we've got 7x squared, and we look for things with x squared in it, and we circle those. And you'll notice I circled the negative. All right, let's go back, and we're going to do just our numbers, and we're going to do it in a box. Okay, we've got 3, and we've got a 2 right over here, and then everything else in here is going to be with an x. So we've got, with my aqua colored pen, and we can add all those up. So let's go check out what we have. So 7x squared minus 6x squared, and we're going to be left with x squared. And then we're going to go down and do the x's next, because we want our polynomial to go from the largest number of degree to the least. Negative 6 plus 5 minus 1. So negative 6 plus 5 is negative 1. Minus 1 is going to be negative 2x. And now we're left with our numbers. 3 plus 2 is 5. And there's our polynomial. That's simplifying polynomials. All right, I'd like you to try this one at home. Have a good day.